So in this section we're going to look at how to fix the mask issue I was talking about at the end of the previous section. So what I want you to do is start with the no mask fix, which should now be the same as your no logic scene, as you've now taken your no logic scene to this, but I would like everyone to start on the same scene, so everyone starts on the same place with the no mask fix. So if you drag your no mask fix twice over to the sequence and just change the second one's content to whatever you like, just as long that's different, and you'll see we now have the in, the change, but with the issue here that I was talking about. So let's go over here to the layout side and see how we fix that. So I have a method that I like to use to fix it. It's not the only method. Just to let you understand why it happens, it's not a mistake. If you go to your back-to-back, any of your back-to-back animations, so that tab here, you'll see here there is a checkbox that says render animated objects only. If you uncheck that, when you do your back-to-back, XPression will re-render everything. Now, just to show you the problem with that is, if I click that off and I trigger that, what you'll see is we now get a jump between the two scenes. So if I play this guy, now I'm going to play this, you see how we don't get the nice smooth animation. So it does fix the mask, but we now have a jump instead. So we actually do want that checkbox on to avoid that behavior. So we're going to go back, I'm going to turn that back on, and we're going to fix it another way. So the way to do it is to trick XPression into thinking the masks are animated, and this works very well. So we go to the back-to-back in animation here, and I'm going to make a new animation controller. What you can do is you can put these into the animation controllers you've already got. My preference is to do it as its own individual animation controller, and I'm going to call this mask fix. And the reason for that is you'll see once I've finished doing this. So I'm going to go to the first frame of this. I'm going to find my masks, which I know where they are. They're somewhere here. So there's a group called mask group. You've got your mask top, that's this one, and your mask bottom, that's this one. So if we click on both, so if you click your first one and control click the second one, and if you press control K, or you can press the key button down here and turn off everything. And I tend to choose something that this mask isn't going to be animated on, so I know I'm not going to ever rotate this mask on, say, Z. So I'm going to click that, and you see I have both of these selected, and I have in here all selected, so it's going to make a key on 0 in this guy for that. And I'm going to do set and close. I don't need it this long. I'm going to trim that down to 20, just so I've got something to grab it by. And what you should find is that will now make a difference on our both text in. So let's go have a look. We're still going to see a slight issue. So if we go, we saw that animate over there. And so now what we want is on the out, because what you're seeing is as that text rises up, we're seeing that issue. So if we go to our text out, we don't need to do this again. Oops. Let's try doing the correct one. So both text out, please. There we go. And from our animation controllers, if you grab the mask fix, drag it over here, and actually let's make that only 10. Otherwise, the problem is I'm actually extending the length of this animation. So let's take that down to 10, and the other one will be trimmed down as well because they're actually the same animation controller. And if we now go to our sequencer. Sorry about the jumping backwards and forth, but it's the only way to really show this. We should now have a nice, there we go. That looks a lot better. So the problem we're now going to have is if we duplicate the lower guy and we just change one item, so go to this, and we're still going to face the mask issue. Oh dear. How do we fix that? Well, we just go and put that animation controller into all of our other back-to-back animations. So you can see now why I made that as a separate animation controller. So let's go grab the mask fix, drop him in here. Let's try again on that. I missed apparently. There we go. And I can use a shift click to get that at the front there. Shift brings on the snapping. And then let's close this guy, open the next one. And then you just repeat. So I'll open this guy, get that animation controller, drop him on the front there. I'm putting them all on the same track, they don't have to be. There we go. It just makes it easier to unpick when you come back later if you stick to a method. Okay, now what we should find is all of our masks should be working. Just need to check that one other one, so let's duplicate this guy. And that's our top one working now. Excellent. So hopefully that works for everyone. And obviously if it doesn't, review it and try again.